The day begins before the sun has fully decided to rise. There is no sudden light, no sharp beginning, only a soft gray stillness that rests gently over the land. The sky holds a pale color, somewhere between night and morning, and the air feels cool and quiet. In the distance, a rooster calls once, then again. The sound drifts slowly across a small clearing where a modest wooden house stands. The house is simple. Its walls are made of rough-hewn timber, slightly uneven, holding the memory of the trees they once were. A thin curl of smoke rises from the chimney, moving lazily into the quiet sky. Inside, the world is dim and still. A small fire, kept alive through the night, glows softly in the hearth. The embers shift with a quiet crackle, giving off just enough warmth to take the edge off the early morning chill. The room smells faintly of wood smoke and earth. A figure stirs beneath a woolen blanket. There is no alarm clock, no sudden ringing, only the slow rhythm of habit and the gentle pull of daily life. The person wakes not all at once, but in stages. First a breath, deeper than before, then a slight movement of the hand, then slowly the eyes open to the dim light. For a moment there is stillness again. Then the day begins. The blanket is folded back carefully. The floor is cool beneath bare feet. Each movement is unhurried, quiet, as if there is no need to rush toward anything at all. The fire is tended first. A small piece of wood is placed onto the glowing embers, then another. The flames rise gently, stretching upward with a soft flicker. The room begins to warm little by little, and the light grows slightly brighter. Outside, the sky has changed almost without notice. A faint gold begins to touch the edges of the horizon. The shapes of trees become clearer now, their branches still and dark against the lightening sky. A thin layer of dew rests on the grass, catching the early morning glow. The door opens with a quiet creak. Cool air moves inside, carrying the scent of damp soil and distant leaves. The world outside feels wide and calm, untouched by noise. A bucket is lifted and carried toward the well. The ground is firm beneath each step. There is a gentle rhythm to walking, to breathing, to the simple act of moving through the morning. The well stands not far from the house, its wooden frame worn smooth from years of use. The rope is lowered slowly. There is the soft sound of it unwinding, followed by a faint splash as the bucket meets the water below. Then, with steady hands, the rope is drawn back up. The weight of the water is familiar. It is not heavy in a troubling way, only present, reminding the body of its quiet work. The bucket is full. Water reflects the pale morning light, shifting gently with each step back toward the house. Inside, the fire has grown stronger. A pot is placed above it, and the fresh water is poured in. Soon it will warm. Soon it will be used for simple tasks that repeat each day in much the same way. There is comfort in this repetition. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels uncertain. The day unfolds slowly, as it always has. A wooden table stands near the hearth. Its surface shows marks from years of use, small cuts, faint stains, places where hands have rested countless times. A piece of bread sits there, wrapped in cloth. It is not fresh from today, but it is still good. A knife slices through it with a quiet, steady motion. The sound is soft, almost blending into the background of the fire's gentle crackle. Outside, more signs of life begin to appear. Another rooster calls. Somewhere nearby, a cow shifts in its place, the faint sound of movement carrying through the still air. A bird lands on a fence post, then another. They do not sing loudly, only small occasional notes that come and go like passing thoughts. The light continues to grow. It does not rush, it simply arrives. Back inside, the simple morning meal is prepared. There is no hurry in eating. Each bite is taken slowly, thoughtfully, as if there is time for everything and nothing needs to be finished quickly. The warmth of the fire, the steady light, the quiet sounds of morning, together they create a gentle beginning. Soon the work of the day will continue, but even that work carries a kind of calm. It is not loud, it is not hurried. It moves at the same steady pace as the rising sun, the drifting clouds, the slow turning of the seasons. And so the day in this quiet place begins, as it always does. The warmth of the fire settles gently into the room. It does not rush. It spreads slowly, reaching the corners of the small wooden space, touching the table, the walls, the quiet objects that rest where they have always been. The light from the hearth moves in a soft, steady way, shifting with each small flicker of flame. Outside, the morning has now fully arrived. The sky is pale blue, softened by a thin veil of drifting cloud. The sun sits low, not yet strong, but present enough to bring a gentle glow across the land. The dew on the grass begins to fade, lifting quietly back into the air. The door opens once more. The world beyond feels wider now, though still calm. A narrow path leads away from the house, worn smooth by many small journeys taken over time. The earth there is firm and familiar, shaped by footsteps that have followed the same route again and again. Nearby, a small garden rests in neat rows. The soil is dark and slightly damp. Each row holds something growing, simple plants that are tended with care. Their leaves move just slightly in the morning air, as if breathing. There is no sudden motion here, only slow growth, quiet and steady. A hand reaches down to touch the earth. It is cool. It holds the night within it still. Fingers press gently into the soil, checking its softness, its readiness. There is a quiet understanding in this act. No words are needed. The land speaks in its own way, and it is heard. A few weeds are pulled, one at a time. There is no urgency. Each small task is done as it comes. The movements are simple, repeated, and known. The body follows a rhythm it has learned over many days, many seasons. Not far from the garden, a wooden fence lines a small enclosure. Inside, a cow stands quietly, its breath slow and visible in the cool morning air. It shifts its weight slightly, then becomes still again. The fence is not new. Its wood has softened with time, shaped by weather and use. The gate opens with a soft sound. There is no struggle, no resistance, only a gentle movement, as if the day itself is guiding each step forward. A small stool is placed nearby. The task of milking begins in the same way it always does, calmly, without interruption. The sounds are soft and steady. A quiet rhythm forms, simple and unchanging. It is a sound that belongs to the morning, as much as the birds, as much as the wind. The bucket slowly fills. The air carries a faint natural scent. It is not sharp. It is not overwhelming. It is simply part of the place, part of the life that unfolds here each day. When the task is done, the gate is closed again. The cow returns to stillness, as if nothing has changed. The bucket is carried back toward the house,
the surface of the milk shifting gently with each step. The sun has risen a little higher now, casting longer light across the ground. Shadows stretch quietly, then soften as the brightness grows. Inside, the fire remains steady. The new warmth from outside blends with the warmth within, creating a gentle balance. The milk is set down carefully, and the space returns to stillness once more. Time moves, but it does not feel fast. There is always something to be done, but nothing feels overwhelming. Each task has its place. Each moment follows the one before it, without resistance. The house itself holds many small details. A shelf along the wall carries simple items, wooden bowls, a few metal tools, a cloth folded neatly. None of these things are new. Each has been used many times, shaped by hands, by need, by time. The floor creaks softly with movement. It is a familiar sound. It does not disturb the quiet. It becomes part of it. Near the window, light filters in slowly. The glass is not perfectly clear. It softens the outside world, turning sharp edges into gentle shapes. The trees beyond seem slightly blurred, their movement slowed by the thickness of the pane. The day continues to unfold. There is wood to be gathered. The path into the nearby trees is narrow but well known. It winds gently, without sharp turns, leading into a place where the air feels cooler and more shaded. The trees stand tall and still. Their trunks rise straight upward, their branches spreading out above. Leaves move softly in the light breeze, creating a faint, steady sound, almost like a quiet whisper that never quite stops. On the ground, fallen branches lie scattered. Each one is picked up slowly, examined, then carried. There is no need to hurry. The forest does not demand speed. It simply offers what it has, and it is taken with care. The scent here is different. It is deeper, richer. Earth and wood, leaves and time. It settles into the air, into the breath, into the quiet spaces between thoughts. A small stack of wood grows gradually, each piece placed gently beside the others. The pile is not large, but it is enough. It will serve its purpose, as it always does. When the work is finished, there is a pause, not because there must be, but because it comes naturally. Standing still among the trees, there is nothing that needs to be said or done. The quiet is complete on its own. The walk back to the house is slow. The sun now sits higher in the sky, its warmth beginning to settle more deeply into the day. The coolness of the morning fades, replaced by a gentle, steady heat that does not overwhelm. The house appears again through the trees. It stands as it did before, unchanged, waiting, part of the land rather than separate from it. The wood is set down carefully. The door opens once more. Inside, the same quiet space remains, shaped by light and warmth and time. The fire continues its slow work. The air holds the same gentle stillness. The day moves forward, but nothing feels rushed. Everything continues just as it always has, softly.
The morning settles into a gentle rhythm that feels almost unbroken. Inside the house, the light has grown warmer. It no longer carries the cool bray of early dawn, but instead a soft golden tone that rests lightly on the wooden walls. It touches the table, the floor, the quiet corners where nothing moves. The fire continues to burn, steady and calm. It does not flare or fade suddenly. It simply lives there, in its place, offering warmth without asking for attention. Every now and then a small sound rises from it, a faint crackle, a shifting ember, but even these sounds feel soft, like distant thoughts that come and go. The bucket of milk sits nearby. Its surface has grown still again. The gentle movement from earlier has faded, leaving only a smooth, quiet reflection of the light above it. Soon it will be used, but for now it rests. A wooden spoon is lifted. A pot is brought closer to the fire. There is no hurry in preparing the next meal. The actions follow one another naturally, as if they have been practiced so many times that they no longer need to be considered. Water warms, grain is added, the mixture is stirred slowly, each movement steady and unbroken. The scent begins to rise. It is simple, soft, familiar. It fills the room without overwhelming it, blending with the faint smell of smoke and wood, creating something calm and steady. There is no sharpness to it, no sudden change, only a gradual presence that becomes part of the air. Outside, the world continues its quiet motion. The sun has climbed higher, and the shadows have grown shorter. The sky remains clear, its pale blue stretching wide without interruption. A few clouds drift slowly, moving in a way that feels almost too gentle to notice. A breeze passes through. It touches the leaves of the trees, the edge of the roof, the grass that bends slightly before returning to stillness. The sound it carries is soft and even, never rising above a whisper. In the distance, another home stands. It is not close, but not too far. A thin line of smoke rises from its chimney as well, moving upward in the same quiet way. There is life there too, following its own steady rhythm, unseen but understood. Back inside, the meal is ready. It is served simply. There are no elaborate steps, no decoration, only what is needed, placed carefully, taken slowly. Each bite is unhurried, each moment allowed to pass without interruption. Time does not feel measured here. It does not move in numbers or exact hours. It moves in light and shadow, in tasks completed and tasks yet to come. It moves in the quiet understanding of what the day asks for and what it does not. After the meal, there is a small pause. The body rests, not out of exhaustion, but out of habit, a moment of stillness between one task and the next. The chair creaks softly as weight shifts, then becomes still again. Outside, the land waits. There are always small things to tend to. The garden calls again, not loudly, but in a way that is always present. The soil has begun to warm now, holding the sun's touch within it. The plants stand a little taller than they did before, their leaves turning gently toward the light. Water is carried out once more. It moves slowly from the bucket, soaking into the ground with a soft, quiet sound. The earth accepts it easily. There is no rush here either, only a steady giving and receiving. Hands move carefully between the rows. Each plant is checked, each leaf noticed. There is no need for speed. The work is not something to finish quickly. It is something to be done well and calmly. A small insect lands on a leaf. It pauses there, unmoving, then lifts away again. The moment is brief, but it leaves no trace of urgency. It simply happens, then fades into the larger quiet of the day. The fence nearby casts a soft shadow now. Its shape stretches gently across the ground, creating lines that shift slowly as the sun continues its path. Nothing about it feels sharp or sudden. Even the shadows seem to move with care. In the enclosure, the cow rests. Its movements are minimal, almost slow enough to go unnoticed.
It breathes in a steady rhythm, its presence as calm as everything around it. The air has grown warmer, not hot, not heavy, just enough to soften the edges of the morning coolness. It wraps around the space gently, settling into the skin, into the breath. Farther out, beyond the small clearing, the land opens slightly. There are fields there, though not vast, just enough space for growth, for quiet work, for the slow turning of seasons. The soil has been shaped by many days of effort, but it does not feel worn. It feels steady, patient. A tool rests against the side of the house. Its handle is smooth from use, its edges softened by time. It is lifted without thought, carried out into the field. The work begins again in the same calm way as before. Each motion is simple. The earth is turned, not quickly, but steadily. The tool moves in a quiet rhythm, rising and falling, touching the ground and lifting away. There is no strain in the movement, only repetition, gentle and consistent. The sound it makes is soft, a faint press into soil, a small shift, then silence again. The work continues, not for long stretches without pause, but in moments that come and go. A few steps, a few motions, then stillness, then again. The sun continues its slow climb. The light grows fuller now, filling every space without harshness. It reaches into every corner, every edge, every quiet place that once was shadowed. And still nothing feels rushed. The day moves forward in the same steady way, each moment flowing into the next, without effort, without noise, without hurry. Only the quiet, gentle unfolding of time. The day moves gently toward its middle. The sun now rests higher in the sky, no longer low and soft like the early morning, but still calm in its warmth. Its light spreads evenly across the land, touching the house, the garden, the fence, and the quiet field beyond. Nothing feels sharp. Even the brightness seems softened, as if the air itself has taken on a gentle stillness. Inside the house, the fire has settled into a bed of glowing coals. It no longer reaches upward with lively flames. Instead, it holds a steady heat, deep and quiet. The warmth lingers in the room, resting in the wooden walls, in the table, in the simple objects that remain exactly where they were placed. A pot sits nearby, its surface still warm. There is no need to move it yet. Everything follows its own time. The door stands slightly open now. A narrow line of light stretches across the floor, shifting slowly as the sun continues its path. The outside air moves in gently, carrying with it the faint scent of grass warmed by sunlight. There is a sense of pause in the day, not a full stop, but a slowing. The work of the morning has been done, at least for now. The tasks have been met without strain, without hurry, and so the body finds a quiet moment to rest again. A chair is pulled closer to the doorway. It makes a soft sound against the floor, then becomes still. Sitting there, near the open air, there is nothing pressing to be done, only the simple act of being present in the day as it continues around. Outside, the garden remains calm. The leaves no longer hold the coolness of morning. They feel softer now, warmed by the steady sun. The soil has changed too, drying slightly at the surface, though still rich beneath. A faint buzzing drifts through the air. A bee moves slowly between the plants, pausing here and there. Its motion is steady, purposeful, but never hurried. It belongs to the rhythm of the place, just as everything else does. The fence casts a shorter shadow now. The lines it makes on the ground have shifted, becoming smaller, more centered beneath the midday light. It is a quiet reminder that time continues even when it feels still. In the enclosure, the cow has moved to a shaded corner. It stands there without sound, its presence calm and unchanging. The shade rests over it like a soft covering, offering relief from the growing warmth of the day. The air is still, not completely, but enough that each small movement becomes noticeable. A leaf turning, a distant branch shifting, the soft passing of a breeze that comes and goes without warning. Beyond the clearing, the trees stand as they did before. Their leaves now glow more brightly where the sunlight touches them. The deeper parts of the forest remain shaded, holding a coolness that lingers even as the day warms. The field rests quietly. The work there has paused. The tool that was used earlier now leans once more against the side of the house. It waits, as everything waits, for the moment it will be needed again. Time passes in a gentle, almost unnoticed way. There are no loud markers, no sudden changes, only the slow movement of light, the quiet shifting of shadows, the steady presence of the day itself. Inside, the room remains calm. The light from the doorway blends with the softer glow from the window. The walls hold both warmth and stillness. The air carries a quiet balance, neither too warm nor too cool. A hand rests on the table. The wood feels smooth, worn from years of use. There is comfort in its texture, in its familiarity. It does not surprise. It simply exists, as it always has. The body rests without tension. There is no need to think far ahead, no need to look back. The moment is enough in its own way. Outside, a distant sound appears. It is faint, almost easy to miss. Perhaps the slow turning of a cartwheel somewhere beyond the trees, perhaps a voice carried softly across the land. It does not linger. It comes, then fades again into the quiet. The sky remains clear. Its color has deepened slightly, becoming a fuller blue. The clouds that were there before have drifted farther away, leaving more open space above. The sun continues its slow path. It does not rush across the sky. It moves with a steady, quiet certainty, just as it always does. The pause in the day begins to lift, almost without notice, not because of any sudden need, but because the rhythm of life gently calls forward again. The chair is pushed back. It makes the same soft sound as before, then rests once more in its place. The moment of stillness fades, not completely, but enough to make room for what comes next. There are small things to be done again, nothing large, nothing urgent, only the quiet continuation of a day that moves as it always has. The door opens wider, the light shifts across the floor, and the calm work of the afternoon begins in the same slow, steady way.
The afternoon begins without announcement. There is no clear line between the quiet pause of midday and the gentle return of work. It happens slowly, almost without being noticed, as if the day itself leans forward just slightly and continues on. The light has changed again. It is still warm, but softer now, less direct than before. It spreads across the land in a calm and even way, touching the tops of plants, the edges of the fence, the worn boards of the house. A faint breeze returns. It moves through the clearing with a slow, steady rhythm. The leaves respond first, turning just enough to catch the light differently. Then the grass follows, bending in small waves that rise and fall without sound. The air feels settled, not heavy, not cool, just present. Outside, the path that leads away from the house lies quiet, its surface undisturbed. It curves gently, as it always has, guiding the eye toward the trees and beyond. No one rushes along it. No hurried footsteps disturb its calm shape. Near the house, small tasks begin again. A cloth is lifted and shaken once, then folded more neatly. A wooden bowl is rinsed with care, the water poured slowly so that it does not splash or waste. Each action is simple, familiar, and done without thought of time. The bucket from earlier is still nearby. Its contents have been used, but not fully. There is always a need for water, always a reason to return to the well. But not yet. For now, it remains where it is, waiting quietly. The garden draws attention again, not with urgency, but with quiet presence. Stepping between the rows, the ground feels warmer now beneath each step. The soil has softened in places, hardened in others, shaped by the sun and the passing hours. A few leaves are turned gently. Their undersides are pale, catching the light in a softer way. There is nothing alarming here, only observation, the simple act of noticing what has changed since morning. A plant is adjusted slightly. Its stem is guided back into place, supported by a small piece of wood pressed into the soil beside it. The motion is careful, almost slow enough to disappear into stillness. Nearby, the fence holds its shape. Its shadow has shifted again, stretching just a little longer now as the sun begins its slow descent. The lines it casts on the ground are softer, less defined, as if they too are relaxing into the afternoon. In the enclosure, the cow moves once. Just a step, then stillness again. The sound is light, barely more than a soft press against the earth. It does not disturb the quiet. It becomes part of it. The sky remains wide and open. There are more clouds now, though they move slowly, drifting across the blue in gentle patterns. They cast faint shadows on the land below, shadows that pass over fields and trees like a quiet breath. A tool is lifted once more, not with effort, not with urgency, simply because it is time. The field waits in the same calm way it did before. The soil has warmed, its surface slightly drier now, but still ready to be shaped. Each movement of the tool is steady, measured, unbroken. There is no rush to finish, only the quiet continuation of what has already begun. The sound of the work is soft, a gentle press, a small shift, then silence again. It repeats in a slow rhythm, one that matches the pace of breathing, the pace of the day itself. Time passes. It does not feel like it is moving quickly or slowly. It simply moves in the way it always has, carrying each moment gently into the next. A bird crosses the sky. Its movement is smooth, unhurried. It glides for a while, then disappears beyond the trees. The space it leaves behind feels the same as before, open, calm, unchanged. The warmth of the afternoon begins to soften. It does not fade suddenly. It eases just slightly as the sun lowers. The air carries a hint of coolness again, not enough to be noticed at once, but enough to be felt over time. The work in the field comes to a natural pause, not because it must end, but because it is enough for now. The tool is set aside carefully. There is no sound beyond a soft touch against the wood of the house. It rests there once more, as it has many times before, waiting without expectation. The path back to the doorway is short. Each step feels familiar, shaped by repetition. The ground holds the memory of many such walks, each one as quiet as the last. Inside, the house remains unchanged. The air is still. The light has shifted, now entering at a lower angle, stretching across the floor in longer, softer shapes. The fire is tended again. A small piece of wood is added, not to create a blaze, but to maintain the steady warmth that will be needed later. The flame rises gently,
then settles back into its calm rhythm. There is a sense that the day is beginning to turn, not toward an end, but toward a quieter state. The sounds grow fewer, the movements become smaller. Everything seems to slow just slightly more than before. Outside, the shadows lengthen, the garden rests again, the field grows still, and the trees hold their quiet presence against the sky. And the afternoon continues, as it always does, softly, steadily, without hurry.
As the afternoon moves gently forward, the air begins to feel softer, cooler, and a little heavier with the hint of evening. The sun has lowered, and its light spreads across the land in gentle amber tones. Shadows have grown long and quiet, stretching slowly across the fields, the garden, the worn path, and the small house that has witnessed countless days like this one. Inside, the room feels warmer now, a gentle balance of sunlight and the steady glow of the hearth. The coals pulse faintly in orange and red, giving off a calm, quiet heat that settles softly into the wooden floor and walls. The table holds simple tools and dishes, resting quietly after the afternoon work. Nothing has been hurried, nothing has been forced. Every object is exactly where it should be, as if the room itself is breathing in slow rhythm with the day. Outside, a faint wind moves through the trees. The leaves whisper softly, brushing against each other in no particular hurry. It carries the smell of soil, of warm wood, of plants that have been tended gently all day. Even the distant field seems to hum quietly with the fading warmth. A figure steps outside. Bare feet press against the softened earth. Each step is careful, deliberate, unhurried, as if the ground itself asks only for attention, not haste. Near the garden, the plants are still and calm. Some leaves glint faintly in the amber sunlight. Others bend lightly under the warmth of the day. The soil is slightly dry at the top, but holds the memory of water and morning coolness beneath. Hands reach down to touch it softly, feeling the texture, the warmth, the presence of life. The fence casts long lines across the grass. They stretch slowly, inch by inch, as the sun continues its steady path toward the horizon. The shadows hold the shapes of the posts and the rails, quiet and calm, yet shifting imperceptibly with the sun's descent. A small animal rustles in the underbrush. Its movements are soft, careful, almost invisible against the stillness of the afternoon. It pauses for a moment, then moves on, leaving no disruption, no noise that might disturb the peace. Inside, the fire is tended once more. A single stick is placed on the glowing embers, and the flame rises gently. It flickers slightly, sending a small, soft glow across the walls and ceiling. The warmth is subtle, calming, and unhurried. The day has reached a natural rhythm now, steady, quiet, without hurry. Every movement, every sound, every breath is part of a larger, slower pattern. Even time itself feels gentler in this small clearing, in this house, in this day that unfolds without rush. The cow in the enclosure has shifted slightly. Its legs bend and straighten in a slow, careful motion. Then it becomes still again. Its presence adds a quiet comfort to the garden and field, a reminder that life here continues without demand or hurry. A few birds move across the sky, their wings catching the fading light. They glide smoothly, without sudden flaps or loud calls, settling gently back into the trees beyond. The sky itself is calm now,
deepening into softer shades of gold and pale blue. A small stream of water bubbles faintly in the distance. Its sound is quiet, soft, almost imperceptible, yet present in the space of the day. The mind can notice it, or it can simply become part of the surrounding stillness. Hands return to small chores inside the house. A cloth is folded. A wooden bowl is cleaned. Each motion is slow, careful, practiced many times before, but never hurried. The rhythm of these tasks mirrors the rhythm of the light, the air, the land outside. The sun is lower now. Its light passes through the window, streaking across the floor in long, soft lines. The walls of the house seem to glow warmly, carrying the last touches of afternoon into every corner. The day is neither ending nor beginning here. It simply flows, steady and continuous. The quiet work continues for a little while longer, in the garden, in the house, in the field, in small gestures that blend into one another. Each moment is unhurried, each breath deep and even, each movement deliberate yet calm. Outside, the air begins to feel cooler now. Shadows deepen. The wind drifts slowly over the grass, carrying the faint scent of earth, of wood smoke, and of plants resting under the lowering sun. The hearth glows softly, a warm constant inside the house. The fire does not flare or demand attention. It simply exists, providing quiet heat and light as evening draws near. And so the afternoon settles gently toward evening, unbroken, quiet, slow, and comforting. Softly, steadily, without hurry.
The afternoon quietly yields to the soft approach of evening. The sun has lowered further, its light now brushing the tops of the trees with a gentle amber glow. The shadows have grown long and restful, stretching across the garden, the fence, and the small paths leading to the fields. The warmth of the day begins to soften, giving way to the cooler breath of evening. Inside the house, the hearth burns steadily, a calm companion to the shifting light. The coals glow deep orange, steady and reassuring. Their warmth spreads through the wooden floor, through the walls, and into the quiet corners of the room. Each small flicker of the flame feels deliberate and slow, a movement that soothes rather than startles. The table remains neat. Bowls and utensils rest as they were left after the last meal. Everything has its place. The simple order brings a quiet comfort, an understanding that nothing is out of place, that everything belongs here in this calm, slow-moving life. Outside, the world seems to hold its breath. The breeze moves lightly, rustling leaves in a gentle, steady rhythm. Each sound is small, careful, part of the greater stillness that blankets the clearing and the fields beyond. The trees sway softly, their branches whispering in time with the fading light. In the garden, the plants settle into the evening calm. Leaves no longer catch the sun sharply. They hold the warmth of the day within them, glowing softly, their colors deepening into quiet greens and muted golds. The soil cools gently, carrying the memory of water and sun, resting beneath the soft touch of night approaching. The fence stands like a quiet guardian. Its shadow stretches long across the grass, softening and blending into the field. The lines of wood seem slower now, calmer, in harmony with the gentle motion of the day. The cow in the enclosure rests under the shade of a tree. Its breath is even and slow, blending into the rhythm of the land. Occasionally it shifts slightly, then remains still again, a calm presence in the fading light. A bird moves across the sky, gliding smoothly and silently.
It disappears behind the trees, leaving the open sky tranquil and wide. The few clouds above drift slowly, almost motionless, reflecting the amber and soft blue tones of evening. Inside, quiet chores continue. A wooden spoon is washed and set aside. A cloth is folded. Small tasks are completed deliberately, without rush, with gentle care. Each movement is measured, steady, a reflection of the calm pace of life around them. The air begins to cool. It drifts in from the open doorway, carrying the faint scent of earth, of wood, and of plants resting under the soft light. The warmth of the day lingers just enough to balance the emerging coolness, creating a gentle, comforting mixture that rests on the skin and fills the lungs with ease. The sun continues its slow descent. The light shifts again, spreading long, warm streaks across the house and the land. It touches the tops of the trees, the edges of the fence, the garden, and the small wooden structure that had stood for many quiet days like this one. The fire and the hearth soften slightly. The flames are smaller now, more contained, but still glowing, still steady. Their warmth feels deeper as the evening grows cooler. They light the room with a calm orange glow, casting shadows that move gently, almost like breathing. The distant sounds of life are soft. A stream murmurs faintly. Leaves shift with the wind. Somewhere far away, perhaps another home has a fire burning, its smoke curling slowly into the sky. Everything moves gently, in a rhythm that does not hurry, does not demand, and does not change suddenly. The house feels safe. Its walls are strong. Its floor is worn smooth. Every object is in its place. The fire glows quietly. The air carries warmth and calm. Even the smallest sounds, the crackle of wood, the soft movement of a chair, the faint hum of the wind, feel like part of the gentle pulse of life here. Outside, the land begins to darken. Shadows merge, softening the shapes of trees, fences, and garden beds. The field grows still. The forest beyond becomes quiet, holding its forms patiently in the dimming light. The world moves slowly toward the peace of evening, carrying the warmth of the day gently into the cooler night. The air is calm. The gentle rhythm of life continues, breathing, moving, resting, tending, noticing, and being present. Every small task flows naturally into the next, and every sound blends seamlessly into the greater quiet. The day approaches its end without urgency. Inside, the hearth glows steadily. Outside, the last traces of sunlight fade across the land. Everything is calm, steady, and slow. The world rests in a rhythm that has existed for many days before and will continue for many days after, without rush, without interruption. And so the quiet day in colonial America begins to fold into evening, softly, steadily, without hurry.
Evening arrives slowly, almost without notice. The sun dips lower, its amber glow fading into softer shades of orange, pink, and pale lavender. Shadows stretch long across the land, merging gently with the growing darkness. The fields, the garden, the fence, and the worn paths all take on a quiet, restful tone. Inside the house, the fire continues to glow steadily. Its warmth now feels more comforting as the air cools outside. The coals pulse softly, orange and red, casting a gentle light on the walls, the table, the few objects that have remained in place all day. Everything seems slower, calmer, more deliberate. The air carries the faint sense of evening. There is the gentle hint of damp earth from the garden, the faint smoke from the hearth,
the subtle aroma of dried herbs hanging quietly in the kitchen. Each scent is soft, blending with the quiet of the room and the fading light. A figure moves slowly through the house. Steps are light, measured, and careful. Nothing clatters, nothing disturbs the calm. Each small action, whether lifting a bowl, folding a cloth, or simply moving from one room to another, becomes part of the gentle rhythm of evening. Outside, the world continues its subtle changes. The wind moves faintly through the trees. Their leaves stir softly, producing a quiet, steady whisper. Birds have mostly settled into their nests, but occasionally a faint call drifts through the air, soft and distant. The sky above deepens, turning slowly from pale lavender to deeper indigo, carrying the last light of day into quiet night. The garden rests in peaceful stillness. The plants have absorbed the warmth of the day and now cool gently as the sun retreats. The soil rests, dark and calm, holding the memory of hours of sun, water, and care. A small insect moves quietly among the leaves, pausing briefly before disappearing into the shadows. The fence stands solid, its lines softened by fading light. Its shadow stretches across the grass and melds with the darkening earth. It has protected the garden, the animals, and the small clearing for many hours. Now it simply rests with the land, part of the evening calm. In the enclosure, the cow lies quietly on the soft ground. Its breathing is even, slow, a steady rhythm that blends with the quiet of the land. Occasionally it shifts slightly, settling again with gentle ease. Its presence brings comfort to the surroundings, a soft continuity to the slow passage of time. The hearth is tended again. A small log is placed carefully on the coals, creating a warm, gentle flicker that spreads a calm light across the room. The fire does not roar or demand attention. It simply glows, steady and patient, echoing the rhythm of the fading day. Outside, a distant stream moves softly. Its murmur is faint, almost imperceptible, yet somehow present. The sound blends with the whisper of leaves, the soft breathing of the animals, and the gentle settling of evening. Everything is part of the slow unfolding of the day's end. The sky darkens gradually. Stars begin to appear one by one in the quiet expanse above. They are soft and steady, small points of light that seem to watch over the land. The moon is not yet fully visible, but its glow edges faintly against the horizon, a pale promise of night's calm. Inside, small tasks are finished. A bowl is set aside, a cloth folded, a simple tool returned to its place. Each movement is gentle, deliberate, quiet. Nothing is hurried. Nothing needs completion beyond the pace of the body and the rhythm of the day. The air cools further, carrying a soft freshness from the surrounding fields. It moves lightly through the open doorway and windows, bringing with it the faint scent of grass, soil, and wood. It fills the house with gentle calm, wrapping around the walls, the furniture, and the quiet figures within. The last light of day fades. The room is mostly illuminated by the hearth now. Its glow is warm, soft, steady. Shadows dance lightly across the walls, slow and unhurried, as though time itself has begun to slow. Outside, the land rests in quiet stillness. The garden, the fence, the field, the trees, the distant forest, all are calm, softened by the twilight. The animals rest. The air holds only the faintest movements, a leaf here, a breeze there. Everything exists gently, quietly, peacefully. The evening continues without rush. Each small movement, each soft sound, Each gentle breath becomes part of the rhythm of night. The house, the land, the people, and the animals all move together in a slow, steady, comforting pace. And as the last traces of daylight fade, the quiet day in colonial America begins to fold into night. Softly, steadily, without hurry.
Night settles slowly over the land. The sun has fully disappeared beyond the horizon, leaving only the soft afterglow that fades gradually from pale amber to deep indigo. Shadows merge gently into darkness, and the air grows cooler, carrying the quiet scent of earth, wood, and the lingering warmth of the day. The house rests calmly. The hearth burns softly, small flames flickering over coals that glow steadily. Their warmth fills the room gently, reaching the walls, the floor, the table, and the quiet corners where nothing stirs. The light is steady, soft, and comforting, like a silent heartbeat that carries through the quiet night. Outside, the wind moves lightly. It rustles the leaves of the trees, barely shifting the grass. Its sound is soft and even, a gentle whisper that blends with the faint rustling of animals settling into rest. Every movement seems to belong, and nothing disturbs the calm. The cow lies quietly in its enclosure. Its breathing is even, steady. Occasionally, a soft shift in weight breaks the silence for a moment, then it returns to stillness. Its presence is quiet, comforting, a steady companion in the night. In the garden, the plants have closed slightly, resting under the touch of night. Their leaves hold the warmth of the day within, now cooling slowly as darkness settles. The soil rests, carrying the memory of sun and water, breathing quietly into the evening air. A faint sound drifts in from the distance, perhaps a stream, gentle and constant, moving over stones worn smooth. Perhaps the whisper of an animal in the forest beyond the fields. The sound is soft, rhythmic, and unobtrusive, blending perfectly with the stillness of the night. The stars appear gradually. One by one, tiny points of light emerge in the indigo sky. They shine softly, evenly, without hurry. The sky stretches wide and calm above the house, the fields, and the distant forest. The first crescent of the moon edges faintly above the horizon, adding a subtle glow to the gentle darkness. Inside the house, small motions continue. Hands fold cloth carefully, place utensils neatly, move objects back to their resting places. Every motion is slow and deliberate, each action a quiet echo of the day that has passed. There is no rush, there is no need for completion, only the gentle rhythm of life carried softly into night. The air grows cooler still. It drifts in from the open doorway and windows, carrying the subtle scent of grass, earth, and wood smoke. It brushes lightly against the skin and fills the lungs with calm, softening the warmth of the hearth. The fire is tended once more, but with care, not hurry. A small piece of wood is added. The flames rise briefly, then settle into a calm, steady glow. The warmth remains, gentle and comforting, filling the room with light that seems to breathe with the house itself. Outside, the trees sway slightly. Their branches move slowly in the soft night breeze. The forest beyond the fields is quiet, restful, patient. Everything seems to exhale in the calm of night, carrying with it the slow pulse of life that never hurries, never changes too quickly. The table remains quiet.
The bowls, the cloths, the utensils, all are in their places, resting from the day's work. Their stillness matches the gentle quiet of the house, the field, and the world beyond. The sky deepens further. Stars shine more clearly. The moon rises higher, faintly silver, softening the darkness. The world feels wide and still, calm and endless, without hurry, without demand. The house settles into a rhythm of night. Breathing slows, movements are measured. Every sound, every flicker of the fire, every gentle sigh of the wind is part of the unbroken rhythm of life carried softly into night. And in this stillness, the day gently folds into night, softly, steadily, without hurry. The world rests. The garden rests. The cow rests. The fields rest. The house rests. The fire glows steadily. The sky stretches endlessly, filled with stars. And the quiet, slow pulse of life continues, gentle and unbroken, carrying every breath, every heartbeat, every thought into a calm, comforting night.
The night deepens slowly. The house is quiet now, filled only with the soft warmth of the hearth. The fire glows steadily, small flames rising and falling gently over glowing coals. The warmth rests in the wooden floor and walls, spreading softly into every corner. It is steady, reassuring, calm. The air outside is cooler, carrying the faint scent of earth and grass and wood smoke. It drifts through the open windows and doors, moving slowly, brushing softly against skin, filling the house with the gentle rhythm of nighttime. The garden sleeps quietly. The leaves of the plants fold gently into themselves. The soil rests dark and rich, holding the memory of sun and water, warmed by the fading day and cooled by the soft night air. Every small movement outside, the sway of a branch, the whisper of a leaf, is deliberate, slow, unhurried. The cow rests quietly in its enclosure. Its breathing is steady, slow, almost synchronized with the quiet pulse of the night. Occasionally, a small shift of weight breaks the stillness for a moment. Then it returns to calm, restful breathing. Its presence is steady, a gentle reminder that life continues even in stillness. The fence casts long, dark lines across the soft grass. The shapes blend into the night, forming quiet patterns that seem to pause, waiting patiently for the first light of morning. The field beyond holds its shape in the darkness, calm, steady, without movement or sound except for the occasional faint breeze. A distant stream murmurs softly. Its water moves steadily over smooth stones, creating a faint, comforting rhythm. It is quiet enough to almost disappear into the night, yet present enough to add a layer of calm to the surrounding darkness. The sky above is deep and wide. Stars twinkle faintly, soft points of light in the dark expanse. The moon rises higher, pale and steady, casting a soft glow across the land. Its light touches the house, the fields, the trees, and the distant forest, bathing everything in a gentle silver calm. Inside the house, small motions continue for a little while. Hands fold cloth slowly, set down utensils carefully, and adjust small objects to their places. Each movement is calm, deliberate, measured. There is no rush, there is no hurry, only the quiet rhythm of life carried gently into the night. The fire glows steadily, small and patient. Its warmth fills the room, a comforting companion to the dark outside. The flickering shadows move softly across the walls, dancing slowly with the light. They seem to breathe with the house, moving in a rhythm that is unhurried and calm. The air grows still. The faint rustling of leaves in the trees continues, almost imperceptible now. The wind moves lightly across the fields and garden, bringing the subtle scent of grass, earth, and wood. The quiet pulse of the land itself seems to slow, breathing gently with the house and the night. The distant forest rests in stillness. No sound emerges from its depths, no sudden movement. Only the slow, gentle presence of trees, soil, and shadows, all blending into the calm rhythm of night. Inside, the hearth begins to settle. The flames shrink slightly, becoming softer, deeper, more subdued. The coals glow steadily, spreading a gentle warmth without movement or sound beyond the faint crackle now and then. Every sound is small, comforting and steady, carrying the rhythm of the day into night. The cow, the garden, the fields, the house all rest. The night continues. The stars and moon watch over everything, steady and calm. The air moves slowly, brushing softly against the skin, carrying the faint scent of earth, wood, and warmth. And in this stillness, the day gently fades into night. Softly, steadily, without hurry. The quiet, slow pulse of life continues. Every breath, every heartbeat, every movement flows gently, blending seamlessly into the calm of the night. The world rests, and the night holds it in gentle peace.
Night deepens further. The fire in the hearth glows softly, small and steady. Its warmth rests in the house, filling the wooden floors, the walls, the corners, carrying a gentle comfort. The flames move slowly, without urgency, pulsing in rhythm with the calm of the night. The air is cool and quiet. It drifts lightly through the open doorway and windows, carrying the faint scent of earth, grass, and the lingering warmth of wood smoke. It brushes against skin softly, moving slowly, settling without effort. Every inhalation carries calm. Every exhalation releases the weight of the day. Outside, the world is almost still. The garden rests dark and quiet, each plant folding gently into itself. The soil holds the memory of sun and water, soft and calm beneath the evening sky. The fence blends into the shadows, lines softened, edges lost, resting as if part of the land itself. The cow breathes slowly in its enclosure. Its chest rises and falls evenly. Occasionally, it shifts its legs or tail, small movements that hardly disturb the quiet. Its presence is calm, steady, a gentle rhythm that mirrors the pulse of the night. The trees sway faintly in the soft wind. Leaves rustle gently, producing quiet whispers that drift across the fields and garden. The distant forest is still, dark, patient. There is nothing to hurry, nothing demands attention, only the quiet, steady rhythm of life moving slowly into night. The sky is deep and expansive. Stars shine faintly, soft points of light scattered across the dark expanse. The moon glows pale and steady, casting gentle silver light across the land, touching the house, the fields, the fence, and the trees. Its presence is calm, slow, and comforting. Inside the house, motions are minimal. A cloth is folded one last time, a bowl set neatly aside. Hands rest briefly on the wooden table, feeling its familiar warmth and texture. Every action is deliberate, calm, unhurried. Each movement blends into the rhythm of the night.
The fire glows steadily. Its warmth reaches every corner, softening shadows and carrying a gentle light. The flicker of flames casts slow, unhurried movements across walls and floor, merging with the quiet rhythm of the house. The air grows cooler. The breeze drifts softly through the garden and fields, carrying the faint scent of earth and plants resting. Every sound is small, steady, comforting. The rustle of leaves, the distant hum of a stream, the soft breathing of animals, all merge into one calm, steady flow. The night stretches wide. The stars remain, silent and steady, the moon pale and patient. The fields, the garden, the forest beyond, the house, all exist quietly, calmly, without haste, without change, without worry. Inside, the hearth settles into a deeper glow. Flames are smaller, warmer, calmer, steady without effort. Their light and heat are enough. Nothing more is needed. The coals pulse quietly, a gentle companion to the stillness around them. The cow, the garden, the house, the distant forest, the wind, the stars, all rest. Time moves slowly, imperceptibly, softly. The quiet pulse of life continues, measured, unhurried, gentle. Each breath, each heartbeat, each subtle movement carries the rhythm of calm into the darkness. And so the deep night holds everything, softly, steadily, without hurry. The world is quiet. The land rests. The house rests. The fire glows. The cow breathes slowly. The stars shine softly. The night stretches endlessly, calm and still, carrying the slow, steady pulse of life into the gentle hours before dawn. And now the quiet day in colonial America has fully merged into the soft, peaceful night.
The night drifts onward, deep and gentle. Outside, the air grows cooler still, carrying the soft scent of earth, grass, and distant trees. It moves quietly, brushing over the fields, the garden, the fence, and the small house. Every breath of wind is slow, deliberate, calm, almost imperceptible, blending with the quiet rhythm of the darkened land. The fire in the hearth glows softly, small and steady. Its warmth reaches the wooden floor, the walls, the table, and the corners of the room. The flames pulse gently, orange and red, calm and reassuring. Every flicker is slow, deliberate, and comforting, echoing the quiet rhythm of life that surrounds the house. Outside, the garden rests. The leaves of each plant fold gently. The soil holds the warmth of the day, now cooling softly beneath the night air. Small insects remain still. The fence, dark and solid, stretches across the grass in long, quiet lines, merging with the shadow of the fields beyond. The cow breathes evenly in its enclosure. Its slow, steady rhythm mirrors the calm of the night. Occasionally it shifts slightly, then returns to rest. Its presence is gentle, reassuring, unhurried, a companion in the stillness of darkness. The wind moves faintly through the trees. Leaves rustle softly, producing a quiet murmur that drifts across the land. Beyond, the forest is dark and still, patient and calm. There is no urgency anywhere. Nothing demands attention, only the gentle, steady passage of time through night. The sky stretches wide and deep. Stars shine faintly, soft points of light in the darkness. The moon casts a gentle silver glow over the house, the fields, the garden, and the trees,
blending shadows with light in a calm, steady pattern. Everything rests under its quiet presence. Inside the house, motions are minimal. A cloth is folded slowly, a bowl placed carefully aside. Hands rest briefly on the table, feeling its worn surface and gentle warmth. Each movement is deliberate, quiet, unhurried, blending into the rhythm of the night. The fire burns steadily. Its warmth suffuses the room, softening shadows and filling the space with calm. The flicker of the flames moves slowly, without urgency, a subtle companion to the steady pulse of the night. The air carries faint scents of wood, earth, and cooling plants. It drifts gently through the house, softening the warmth of the hearth, touching the skin with quiet, even motion. Every inhalation brings calm. Every exhalation releases the weight of the day. The cow, the garden, the house, the distant forest, the soft wind, the faint murmuring stream, all rest. Time moves slowly, almost imperceptibly. The quiet pulse of life continues, measured, gentle, unhurried. Each breath, each heartbeat, each subtle movement carries the rhythm of calm into the deepest hours of night. And now the night begins its longest stretch, softly, steadily, without hurry. The land is calm. The house is warm and quiet. The fire glows. The cow breathes slowly. The stars shine faintly, and the slow, steady heartbeat of the world continues, carrying life gently through the darkness. The first whispers of pre-dawn are yet far away, for now the night holds everything in its gentle, unbroken rhythm, and the quiet day in colonial America has merged completely into deep, peaceful night.
The night moves slowly toward its final hours. Darkness stretches wide across the land, deep and calm. The fields, the garden, the forest beyond, and the small house remain still. The air is cool, carrying the faint scent of earth, wood, and the memory of the day that has passed. Every sound is quiet, measured, and deliberate, part of the gentle rhythm of the night. The fire in the hearth glows softly, small and steady. Its warmth reaches every corner of the room, filling the space with gentle comfort. The coals pulse quietly, deep orange and red, steady and calm. The flames flicker slowly, creating subtle shadows that stretch and fold across the walls and floor. Everything feels safe, quiet, and unhurried. The cow in its enclosure breathes steadily. Its chest rises and falls slowly, in rhythm with the quiet night. Occasionally, a small movement shifts its position, then stillness returns. Its presence is steady, gentle, and comforting, a living companion to the calm, dark land. The garden rests. Leaves of the plants fold gently, soil holding the warmth of the day, but cooling softly under the quiet night air. The fence merges with shadows, its lines softened by darkness. The distant stream murmurs faintly, a steady, gentle sound that blends into the calm of the surrounding fields. The wind brushes lightly through the trees. It moves slowly, whispering across the leaves and grasses, carrying the faint scent of earth and wood. Beyond the fields, the forest waits quietly, patient and still, without sound or motion, beyond what is natural and calm. The sky is wide and deep above. Stars shimmer faintly in the darkness, soft points of light in the still expanse.
The moon hangs pale and steady, casting gentle silver light over the house, the fields, the garden, and the trees. Everything rests under its soft, watchful glow. Inside, motions are minimal. A cloth is folded carefully, a bowl set aside, hands resting briefly on the table. Every action is slow, deliberate, unhurried, blending seamlessly into the rhythm of the night. The fire in the hearth glows steadily, gentle and reassuring. Its warmth is soft, steady, and constant. Shadows move lightly with the flicker of the flames, slow and calm, echoing the rhythm of life around the house. The air drifts softly through the open windows. It carries the faint scent of cooling plants, earth, and the last warmth of wood from the hearth. Every movement of air is deliberate, slow, and comforting. Every breath taken is filled with calm, and every exhale releases the day completely. The cow, the garden, the house, the distant forest, the stream, the wind, all rest together. Time moves almost imperceptibly. The quiet pulse of life continues, slow, gentle, unhurried. Each breath, each heartbeat, each subtle movement carries the rhythm of calm deeper into the night. Now the pre-dawn hours approach. The sky begins to lighten ever so softly in the east. A faint glow brushes the horizon, pale and tentative, like the first quiet sigh of a new day. The stars fade slowly, one by one, as the pale light grows just enough to touch the tips of trees, the edges of the fence, and the tops of plants in the garden. The cow shifts slightly, but remains calm. Its breathing continues steady, slow, unhurried. The gentle presence of animals, the warmth of the fire, and the quiet rhythm of the night merge into a single, continuous pulse of life. The air grows just a touch warmer with the hint of early light. It moves softly through the house and over the land, carrying the subtle scent of dew and soil. Everything seems to breathe together: house, garden, fields, animals, trees, and distant forest, all in quiet, measured harmony. The fire in the hearth glows one last time before the early light fills the room. Its warmth is steady and calm, fading gently as the soft light of pre-dawn begins to take over. Shadows shrink slowly, folding quietly into corners, leaving the room bathed in calm, pale illumination. And so the deepest night merges into the first soft moments of morning. Softly, steadily, without hurry, the quiet land in Colonial America holds its breath. The house rests. The cow breathes gently. The garden rests. The stars fade. The moon lowers gently, and the slow, steady rhythm of life carries softly into the quiet arrival of a new day.
The pre-dawn glow spreads slowly across the land. A pale, soft light edges along the horizon, brushing the tops of trees, the tips of the fence, and the gentle curves of the garden. The fields rest in quiet anticipation, touched faintly by the first gentle fingers of sunlight. The world seems to hold its breath, waiting calmly for the day to arrive. Inside the house, the hearth still glows faintly. Its warmth lingers quietly, subtle and steady, blending gently with the soft light now entering through the windows. The room feels calm and safe, bathed in gentle warmth and the muted colors of morning. The cow rises slowly in its enclosure. Its movements are deliberate and calm, stretching gently before stepping softly across the grass.
Its hooves make small, quiet impressions in the dew-laden soil, and the sound blends perfectly with the faint rustle of leaves and the distant, gentle murmur of the stream. The garden awakens slowly. Leaves glisten faintly with dew, still heavy with the coolness of night, yet catching the first soft light of day. The soil exhales slowly, releasing the coolness and absorbing the gentle rays that begin to warm the land. Tiny insects stir quietly among the plants, moving without urgency, part of the measured rhythm of the morning. The fence stands quietly, still dark against the growing light. Its long shadows shrink slowly as the sun rises, the lines blending softly with the grass and soil. Every element of the landscape seems deliberate, gentle, moving only as needed to greet the day. A few birds begin to stir. Their calls are soft, tentative, almost whispers, joining with the subtle murmur of the wind through trees and the distant babble of the stream. Each note is slow and deliberate, a calm herald of morning rather than an urgent announcement. Inside, small household tasks begin. A wooden spoon is lifted gently from its resting place. Bowls are arranged softly, cloths folded slowly. Every movement is measured, careful, deliberate, merging with the rhythm of the slow awakening world outside. The air carries the gentle scent of morning. It is faintly sweet, earthy, and fresh. Dew rests on plants and soil. Wood smoke drifts softly from the hearth, and the faint aroma of baked bread lingers in the air, a quiet promise of nourishment and warmth. The fire in the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth mingles with the gentle rays of the rising sun, creating a calm, comfortable atmosphere. Shadows shift slowly across the walls and floor, moving with the subtle rhythm of the early day. The cow moves softly across the enclosure, nibbling the grass. Its movements are slow and deliberate, careful not to disturb the calm of the morning. Each breath, each step, each gentle sound blends seamlessly into the quiet rhythm of the day. The trees sway faintly in the soft morning breeze. Leaves rustle gently, producing a quiet, measured murmur that drifts across the fields and garden. The distant forest remains calm and patient, a steady presence beyond the awakening land. The sky grows lighter, pale blues mixing softly with the lingering lavender of dawn. Clouds drift slowly, almost motionless, catching the early light in soft shades of gold and rose. Everything moves deliberately, gently, in harmony with the slow unfolding of the morning. Inside, the day begins softly. The hearth glows, small and steady. The table is prepared quietly. Hands move carefully, setting simple objects in place. Every motion is measured, careful, deliberate, merging with the gentle rhythm of life that continues without rush. And so the quiet night of colonial America gives way to the first moments of morning. Softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes calmly. The garden sparkles with dew. The cow moves gently across the enclosure. The birds stir softly. The sun spreads its first pale warmth across the land, and the gentle, unhurried rhythm of life continues, carrying every breath, every movement, every thought into the slow, peaceful unfolding of a new day. The morning unfolds gently, slowly, as though the land itself stretches awake after a long night. The sun rises higher, pale and calm, touching the tops of trees, the tips of fences, and the edges of the garden with soft, golden light. Shadows shrink quietly, blending into the warm hues of earth and wood. Everything seems deliberate,
measured, and still full of calm. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth spreads softly through the room, reaching the wooden floor and walls. The flicker of the flames is slow, deliberate, a quiet companion to the first light of day. Every corner of the house feels warm, safe, and inviting, bathed in the soft, muted colors of morning. A gentle breeze moves through the open windows. It carries the faint scent of dew on grass, soil, and leaves. The air is fresh, cool, and steady, brushing softly against skin and mixing with the subtle warmth of the hearth. It brings with it the quiet sound of rustling leaves, faint bird calls, and the distant murmur of the stream. The cow steps softly across the enclosure. It grazes slowly, careful with each motion, chewing gently, unhurried. Its presence is calm, grounding, part of the measured rhythm of the awakening land. The garden catches the first full warmth of the sun. Dew clings to leaves and soil, glimmering faintly in the soft light. Flowers, herbs, and vegetables stretch gently, folding or unfolding their leaves as the warmth touches them. The earth rests quietly, holding the memory of night and the promise of the day to come. The fence casts soft, shortening shadows across the grass. Its lines stretch gently, gradually shrinking as the sun rises higher. The fields beyond remain calm, quiet, and patient. There is no rush anywhere. Everything moves only as needed, slowly, deliberately, and peacefully. Birds call softly, small, deliberate notes. Their sounds are gentle, measured, blending with the subtle rustling of leaves and the faint babbling of the distant stream. Occasionally, a bird hops along the grass or pecks lightly at the ground, always careful, always slow. Inside the house, small tasks begin. A wooden spoon is lifted slowly from its resting place. Bowls are arranged quietly. Cloths are folded carefully. Each motion is deliberate, unhurried, and part of the rhythm of life that continues peacefully from night into morning. The fire in the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth blends with the soft light now filling the room. Shadows shift slowly and quietly, stretching and folding against walls and floor. The flicker of the flames is gentle, steady, and calming, echoing the quiet rhythm of the house. The air carries faint scents of morning. It is earthy, fresh, slightly sweet from dew on the plants, and touched by the lingering warmth of the fire. Every inhalation feels soothing, each exhalation slow and complete, carrying the quiet rhythm of life into the new day. The cow grazes calmly, the garden glistens with dew, the fields and trees sway gently, the stream murmurs quietly, the birds sing softly. Time moves slowly, imperceptibly, measured in each breath, each movement, each faint sound. And the household awakens without hurry. Hands prepare simple tasks slowly and carefully. The hearth is tended. Water is brought from the stream or well. Food is prepared gently, every step deliberate, measured, calm. There is no rush, no urgency, only the quiet rhythm of life carried softly through the morning. The sky brightens gradually. Shades of pale blue stretch above, faint clouds drifting slowly, catching the light of the rising sun in soft tones of gold and rose. Everything seems to move together, house, garden, animals, land, blending into one calm, continuous rhythm. And so the slow, gentle morning continues, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens with dew. The cow grazes calmly. The birds sing softly. The fields and trees sway gently. And the quiet, unhurried rhythm of colonial life carries every motion, every breath, every sound into the soft, peaceful unfolding of the day. The morning continues slowly, softly, carrying the gentle rhythm of life through every corner of the land. The sun climbs higher, spreading its pale, warm light across the fields, the garden, the fence, and the small house. Shadows shrink and merge quietly with the earth, softening the shapes of trees, plants, and fences. Everything seems deliberate, calm, measured, and patient. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth reaches the corners of the room, blending gently with the increasing light from the windows. The small flicker of flames creates shadows that move slowly across the walls and floor, echoing the unhurried rhythm of life throughout the household. The cow moves quietly in the enclosure. Its hooves make soft impressions in the dew-laden grass as it grazes carefully. Every motion is calm, deliberate, and unhurried. The rhythm of its breathing matches the steady pulse of the morning air, blending with the subtle murmurs of the world outside. The garden responds to the growing sun. Dew evaporates slowly from leaves and soil. Plants stretch gently, opening to the warmth and soft light. Herbs release faint scents, flowers tilt slightly toward the sun, and the vegetables hold the memory of the cool night while embracing the new day. Birds sing softly, measured and gentle. Their notes drift across the fields, garden, and trees. Occasionally one hops lightly on the grass or flutters from branch to branch. The calls are quiet and steady, part of the morning's unhurried rhythm. Inside, hands move slowly, deliberately, with the day's first small chores. A wooden spoon stirs gently in a bowl. Cloths are folded carefully and put aside. Water is carried from the well, measured and poured with quiet precision. Every motion is calm, slow, and careful, merging seamlessly with the rhythm of life outside. The hearth is tended again. A small log is placed on the coals. Flames rise briefly, then settle into a steady, comforting glow. The warmth spreads throughout the room, blending with the soft light of the growing morning. Shadows move slowly, stretching and shrinking with the gentle flicker of the fire. The air carries scents of morning. Earth, dew, and faint wood smoke mingle quietly. Each breath is calming, each exhale gentle and full, letting the body and mind settle into the rhythm of the day. Outside, the fields remain calm. The fence casts short, soft shadows across the grass. The distant forest stands quietly beyond the open land, patient and still. The stream murmurs softly, a faint and steady sound that blends seamlessly with the rustling of leaves and the calls of birds. The household moves carefully through its tasks. Hands prepare simple meals. Bowls and utensils are set out slowly. The cow grazes gently. The fire glows steadily. The garden glistens with dew, and the first work in the fields begins quietly, without hurry, without demand. The sun rises higher, pale and warm. Its light touches the tops of trees, the edges of fences, and the tips of plants. Everything is deliberate, gentle, measured, and calm. Birds flutter softly from branch to branch. Insects begin to stir quietly among the plants. Each motion, small and careful, adds to the rhythm of the slow morning. Everything moves in harmony, blending with the unhurried unfolding of the day. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. The gentle flicker of flames reaches every corner. Shadows stretch slowly, mingle softly, and disappear as the light from the sun grows. The fire's warmth is steady, quiet, and comforting, part of the measured pulse of morning life. The cow grazes, the garden stretches, the stream murmurs, the birds sing. The world is calm, gentle, and unhurried. Time moves slowly, measured in each breath, each step, each subtle sound. And so the mid-morning unfolds quietly, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes calmly. The garden glistens with sunlight and dew. The cow moves gently across the enclosure. The birds sing softly. The streams and wind murmur quietly. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every breath, every sound into the calm, peaceful flow of a day in colonial America.
Late morning settles quietly over the land. The sun rises higher, pale and gentle, spilling warm, soft light across the fields, the garden, the fence, and the small house. Shadows shrink further, merging with the contours of the earth, creating a soft, even light that touches everything calmly. The world seems measured, patient, and still full of peace. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. The warmth fills the room, reaching the walls, the floor, and the corners where light barely reaches. The fire flickers slowly, small flames rising and falling in gentle rhythm. Its steady glow blends with the morning sunlight, creating a calm, comforting atmosphere. The cow grazes quietly in its enclosure. Its movements are slow and deliberate. Each step presses lightly into the grass, damp with morning dew. Chewing is calm and steady, its breathing quiet, almost in sync with the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant hum of the stream. The garden glistens softly under the sun. Leaves, still damp with dew, sparkle faintly. Herbs release subtle scents. Flowers tilt toward the light. Vegetables stretch slowly toward the warmth. The soil exhales faintly, holding the memory of the cool night and embracing the gentle sun. Birds flit lightly among the trees and garden. Their calls are soft, careful, and measured. Occasionally, one hops lightly along the fence or pecks gently at the ground. Every sound blends with the subtle hum of the breeze and the quiet murmur of the distant stream. Inside, the household moves slowly through morning chores. Bowls and utensils are arranged carefully. Cloths are folded and set aside. Water is brought from the well with deliberate care. Each motion is calm, measured, unhurried, part of the natural rhythm of the day. The fire is tended gently. A small log is added, the flames rising briefly, then settling into a steady, comforting glow. Its warmth fills the room, mingling with the gentle sunlight. Shadows shift slowly and softly, dancing lightly across walls and floor, echoing the quiet rhythm of life. Outside, the fields remain calm and still. The fence casts short, soft shadows across the grass. The distant forest rests quietly beyond the open land. The stream murmurs gently, a steady, subtle sound, blending with the rustle of leaves and the calls of birds. Everything moves in harmony, deliberate and unhurried.
The household works gently. Hands tend the garden, pull weeds slowly, water plants with measured care. The cow grazes, the fire glows steadily, and the birds sing softly. Every sound, every motion blends with the unhurried rhythm of the countryside. The sun rises higher, bringing warmth without hurry. Its pale, gentle rays touch every corner of the land, casting soft, golden light over the fields, the house, the garden, and the trees. Shadows move slowly, merging quietly with the contours of the earth. Everything seems deliberate, calm, and full of peace. Insects stir lightly among the plants. Their movements are careful and quiet, adding subtle energy to the calm morning. Birds continue to call softly, hopping from branch to branch, pecking at the earth, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of the day. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. The gentle flicker of flames moves slowly, casting long, soft shadows. Its warmth reaches every corner, blending perfectly with the growing sunlight. The house feels safe, comforting, steady, a calm center in the middle of the day. The cow grazes, the garden stretches, the birds sing, the stream murmurs. Time moves slowly, measured by every breath, every step, every subtle sound. And so, late morning continues in calm, deliberate motion. Softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens in sunlight. The cow moves gently across the grass. The birds call softly. The stream hums gently in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the peaceful unfolding of a quiet day in colonial America. The morning moves gently toward noon. The sun climbs higher in the sky, pale and calm, spilling soft, warm light across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows shrink slowly, folding quietly into the earth, softening the lines of trees, fences, and plants. The air is steady and warm, carrying the faint scent of earth, dew, and wood smoke. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth fills the room, blending with the gentle light from the sun. The flames flicker slowly, small tongues of orange and red, comforting and steady. Every shadow moves gradually, merging with the sunlight to create a calm, soothing space where every corner feels quiet, warm, and safe. The cow grazes softly in the enclosure. Its movements are measured and slow. Hooves press lightly into the grass, damp with dew. Chewing is gentle and deliberate. Breathing is calm and steady, in rhythm with the faint rustle of leaves and the murmur of the stream beyond the garden. The garden responds to the growing warmth. Dew evaporates slowly from leaves and soil. Herbs release faint, subtle scents. Flowers tilt gently toward the sun, and vegetables stretch quietly, holding the memory of the cool night while embracing the calm of the new day. The soil exhales slowly, a faint, steady rhythm that merges with the heartbeat of the house and land. Birds flutter softly among the branches. Their calls are gentle, careful, and measured. Occasionally, one hops along the fence or pecks lightly at the earth. Their quiet songs blend seamlessly with the soft murmur of the stream, the rustling of leaves, and the subtle hum of insects beginning to stir in the warm morning air. Inside, the household moves deliberately through its chores. A wooden spoon stirs gently in a bowl. Bowls are arranged carefully, cloths folded slowly and placed neatly aside. Water is drawn from the well in measured steps. Every action is calm, unhurried, deliberate, flowing naturally into the rhythm of the slow day. The fire is tended quietly. A small log is placed on the coals. Flames rise briefly and then settle into steady, gentle glow. Its warmth fills the house, blending perfectly with the soft sunlight. Shadows stretch and shrink slowly across walls and floors, echoing the gentle rhythm of life around the house. Outside, the fields rest quietly. The fence casts soft shadows across the grass. The distant forest remains still, patient and calm. The stream murmurs gently, blending perfectly with the rustling of leaves, the singing of birds, and the measured movements of the cow in the garden. The household continues gently. Hands water the garden, pull weeds slowly, and tend to small chores with deliberate care. The cow grazes quietly. Birds sing softly. The stream flows steadily. Everything moves in harmony, calm and unhurried, part of the continuous measured rhythm of life. The sun rises further, spreading steady warmth. Its pale rays touch the tops of trees, the tips of fences, and the edges of plants. Shadows shrink slowly and merge with the earth. Everything seems deliberate, calm, and patient. The first insects stir among the plants. Their movements are small, careful, measured. Birds continue their soft, steady calls. The cow grazes. The garden glistens in sunlight. All elements blend seamlessly into the rhythm of the quiet day. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. The gentle flicker of flames reaches every corner of the room. Shadows move slowly, softly, blending with the sunlight. The house feels safe, warm, and calm, a quiet center for the unhurried life outside. The cow grazes, the garden stretches, the birds sing, the stream murmurs quietly. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every subtle sound, every careful motion. And so, the late morning flows steadily toward noon, softly, calmly, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens in sunlight. The cow moves gently across the grass. The birds call softly. The stream hums quietly in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, and every breath into the gentle unfolding of the day in Colonial America.
The sun now rests steadily above, casting soft, warm light across the land. The fields, the garden, the fence, and the small wooden house are bathed in gentle brightness. Shadows lie short and soft, blending quietly with the earth, the grass, and the trees. The air is calm, carrying the subtle scent of earth, dew, and the warmth of the morning sun. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth blends gently with the sunlight, reaching every corner, every wall, every floorboard. The flames flicker slowly, small tongues of orange and red, steady and comforting. Shadows stretch and shrink softly, moving in rhythm with the quiet pulse of the house and the day. The cow grazes slowly in its enclosure. Each movement is calm and deliberate. Hooves press lightly into the grass, damp with dew. Chewing is measured and steady. Breathing is quiet and even, in harmony with the soft rustle of leaves and the distant murmur of the stream. The garden holds the sun's warmth carefully. Dew has mostly evaporated, leaving the soil soft and dark.
Herbs release their gentle scents into the air. Flowers tilt toward the sun, their petals catching the light in muted tones. Vegetables stretch slowly, absorbing warmth and holding the memory of night. Every leaf, every stem, every root moves only as much as needed, part of the calm rhythm of life. Birds flutter among the trees and garden. Their songs are soft and deliberate, occasional notes drifting across the fields. A bird hops lightly along the fence, pecks at the ground, then flies slowly to another branch. Each movement is gentle, measured, blending seamlessly with the quiet rhythm of the morning. Inside, the household begins the slow preparation of midday meals. A wooden spoon stirs quietly in a bowl. Bowls, cloths, and utensils are arranged carefully. Water is drawn from the well with calm, steady motion. Every task is deliberate, unhurried, gentle, part of the continuous rhythm of the day. The fire in the hearth earns steadily. A small log is placed among the coals. Flames rise briefly, then settle into steady, warm glow. Shadows stretch and shrink slowly across walls and floor, blending with the increasing light from the sun. The room feels safe, warm, quiet, and steady, a quiet haven in the middle of the day. Outside, the fields rest in the soft sun. The fence casts short, soft shadows across the grass. The distant forest remains still, quiet, patient. The stream murmurs gently, blending with the subtle rustle of leaves and the soft calls of birds. Everything moves deliberately, with care, without hurry. The household continues gently. Hands tend the garden, pull weeds slowly, water plants carefully. The cow grazes quietly. Birds sing softly. The stream flows steadily. Every sound, every movement, every breath merges into the slow, peaceful rhythm of life. The sun spreads warmth evenly over the land. Its rays touch trees, fences, fields, and the house. Shadows shrink further, blending with the earth. Everything seems deliberate, calm, measured, and full of quiet presence. Insects stir softly among the plants. Birds continue their gentle calls. The cow grazes. The garden glistens in sunlight. All elements move together in the harmonious, unhurried rhythm of life. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. The gentle flicker of flames touches every corner. Shadows move slowly and quietly, merging with the soft sunlight. The house feels calm, steady, and safe, a quiet haven in the middle of the day. The cow grazes. The garden stretches. The birds sing. The stream murmurs. Time moves slowly, measured by every breath, every soft sound, every careful motion. And so the early afternoon unfolds calmly, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens in sunlight. The cow moves gently across the grass. The birds call softly. The stream hums quietly in the distance, and the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the gentle, peaceful unfolding of a quiet day in colonial America. The early afternoon stretches slowly, quietly, like a soft sigh across the land. The sun hangs gently overhead, warm but not harsh, spilling steady light over fields, the garden, the fence, and the small wooden house. Shadows lie short and soft, merging quietly with the grass, soil, and trees. The air is calm, carrying the faint scent of earth, herbs, and the lingering warmth of the sun. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Its warmth spreads slowly, touching walls, floorboards, and every corner of the room. Flames flicker quietly, tongues of orange and red rising and falling in gentle rhythm.
Shadows shift imperceptibly, blending with the growing light from the windows, creating a calm, comforting atmosphere. The cow grazes in its enclosure. Its movements are deliberate, slow. Hooves press lightly into the grass, chewing measured and steady. Breathing is calm, quiet, in harmony with the rustle of leaves, the gentle whisper of the wind, and the soft murmur of the stream nearby. The garden holds the afternoon sun gently. Plants stretch slowly toward the light. Herbs release soft, subtle scents. Flowers tilt their petals toward the warmth. Vegetables grow quietly, absorbing sunlight, holding the memory of the cool night and early morning. The soil exhales gently, a steady rhythm that merges with the heartbeat of the house and land. Birds flit softly among branches and garden plants. Their songs are delicate, careful, and measured. Occasionally, one hops along the fence or pecks lightly at the earth, each movement quiet, deliberate, and part of the calm rhythm of the day. Inside, hands continue slow, deliberate work. Bowls, utensils, and cloths are arranged carefully. Water is drawn from the well and poured with measured care. Food is prepared slowly, every step deliberate, merging seamlessly with the gentle flow of the afternoon. The fire in the hearth burns steadily. A small log is added occasionally, flames rising briefly, then settling back into steady glow. Warmth spreads evenly through the house, blending with sunlight. Shadows shift slowly, dancing gently across walls and floor, echoing the calm rhythm of life. Outside, the fields lie quiet under the sun. The fence casts soft shadows across the grass. The distant forest stands still, patient and calm. The stream murmurs gently, blending with rustling leaves and the soft songs of birds. The cow grazes quietly. The garden glistens in sunlight. All elements move together in harmony, slow and steady. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. The gentle flicker of flames reaches every corner. Shadows stretch and shrink slowly, merging with the sunlight. The house feels calm, steady, and safe, a quiet center in the middle of the afternoon. The cow grazes, the garden stretches, the birds sing, the stream murmurs. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every quiet sound, every deliberate motion. And so the mid-afternoon flows steadily, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens in sunlight. The cow moves gently across the grass. The birds call softly. The stream hums quietly in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the gentle, peaceful unfolding of a quiet day in colonial America.
The sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon. Its light softens, spreading warm, gentle hues across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows lengthen quietly, stretching across the grass and soil, folding softly around the trees and fences. The air is cooler now, carrying the faint, steady scent of earth, herbs, and the lingering warmth of the day. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. The warmth spreads gently through the room, blending with the soft, mellow light from the late afternoon sun. Flames flicker slowly, tongues of orange and red rising and falling with deliberate calm. Shadows shift subtly, merging with the fading sunlight to create a soothing, steady atmosphere.
The cow rests slowly in its enclosure. Its grazing has slowed to a gentle nibble, pausing often, moving with care. Breathing is steady, calm, in rhythm with the faint rustle of leaves and the distant murmuring stream. Its presence grounds the quiet, measured rhythm of the land. The garden holds the soft warmth of the late afternoon. Plants sway gently in the faint breeze. Herbs release subtle, comforting scents. Flowers tilt slightly toward the last rays of sun. Vegetables remain calm, stretching slowly, absorbing the lingering warmth while holding the memory of morning and noon. The soil exhales faintly, steady, calm, part of the pulse of the day. Birds flutter softly among branches and garden plants. Their songs are quiet and measured. Occasionally, one hops along the fence or pecks at the soil with gentle care. The sounds blend with the murmur of the stream and the soft rustling of leaves, all moving together in deliberate, unhurried harmony. Inside, hands continue the slow, deliberate work of the household. Bowls, utensils, and cloths are arranged carefully. Water is drawn from the well with calm, steady motion. Food preparation continues slowly, deliberately, each movement part of the natural rhythm of the day. The fire in the hearth burns steadily. A small log is placed on the coals. Flames rise briefly, then settle into gentle, steady glow. Warmth spreads softly, blending with the fading sunlight. Shadows move imperceptibly, stretching and shrinking slowly across walls and floor, echoing the calm pulse of the house. Outside, the fields lie quietly under the soft light. The fence casts long, soft shadows across the grass. The distant forest remains still, patient, calm. The stream murmurs gently, blending with the soft calls of birds and the faint rustle of leaves. Everything moves deliberately, slowly, without hurry. The household winds down its chores. Hands pull weeds with care, water plants slowly, check fences quietly. The cow rests, chewing lightly. Birds call softly. The stream hums steadily. Every motion, every sound, every breath is part of the measured rhythm of life. The sun lowers further, spreading gentle warmth. Its rays touch trees, fences, fields, and the house with soft golden light. Shadows lengthen and merge quietly with the earth. Everything feels deliberate, calm, and full of presence. Insects stir faintly among the plants. Birds continue their soft, measured calls. The cow rests. The garden glistens gently in the last light of day. All elements move in harmonious, slow, steady rhythm. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. Flames flicker softly, casting long, gentle shadows. The house feels calm, steady, safe, a quiet center in the late afternoon. The cow rests. The garden stretches gently. The birds sing softly. The stream murmurs quietly. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every soft sound, every deliberate motion. And so the late afternoon unfolds quietly, calmly, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens under fading sunlight. The cow rests gently in the enclosure. The birds call softly. The stream hums steadily in the distance, and the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the gentle, peaceful approach of evening in colonial America.
The sun sinks slowly toward the horizon. Its warm light softens, spilling muted gold and gentle amber across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house.
Shadows lengthen quietly, stretching across the grass, soil, and fences, folding softly around trees and garden beds. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint scent of earth, herbs, and the lingering warmth of the day. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. The warmth spreads slowly, filling the room, blending with the soft fading light from the windows. Flames flicker gently, rising and falling in quiet rhythm. Shadows stretch and shrink slowly, merging with the muted sunlight to create a calm, steady atmosphere. The house feels safe, quiet, and comforting, a gentle refuge in the evening. The cow rests fully in its enclosure. Its grazing has slowed to an occasional nibble. It lies quietly, breathing evenly, softly shifting from one side to another. Its calm presence blends with the gentle sounds of the land, the faint murmur of the stream, the soft rustling of leaves, and the distant measured songs of birds. The garden holds the soft warmth of the setting sun. Plants sway gently in the light breeze. Herbs release faint, soothing scents. Flowers tilt subtly toward the last rays of sunlight, their petals glowing softly. Vegetables remain still, rooted firmly in the earth, holding the memory of the morning and afternoon sun. The soil exhales gently, a quiet rhythm that merges with the pulse of the house and land. Birds flutter softly among the plants and garden plants. Their calls are delicate and measured. Occasionally, one hops along the fence or pecks lightly at the earth. Their sounds blend with the faint murmur of the stream and the soft whisper of leaves in the breeze. Everything moves together slowly, deliberately, in harmonious rhythm. Inside, the household completes its final chores of the day. Bowls and utensils are arranged carefully. Water is drawn slowly from the well. Food is prepared with quiet, deliberate motions. Each task is gentle, unhurried, and merges seamlessly with the rhythm of the evening. The fire in the hearth burns steadily. A small log is added from time to time. Flames rise briefly, then settle back into steady glow. Warmth spreads throughout the room, blending with the soft twilight filtering through the windows. Shadows move imperceptibly, stretching and shrinking slowly, echoing the calm, measured pulse of life inside the house. Outside, the fields are calm under the soft light. The fence casts long, gentle shadows across the grass. The distant forest rests quietly. The stream murmurs softly, blending with the faint calls of birds, the rustle of leaves, and the subtle movement of insects. The cow rests. The garden glistens softly. All elements move deliberately, slowly, without hurry. The household winds down the day. Hands tend the garden slowly, water plants carefully, and check fences quietly. The cow lies resting. Birds call softly. The stream hums steadily. Every motion, every sound, every breath blends into the measured rhythm of the evening. The sun lowers further, casting long, warm shadows across the land. Its rays touch the tops of trees, the edges of fences, the garden and the house in soft amber. Everything feels deliberate, calm, and full of quiet presence. Insects stir gently among the plants. Birds give a final soft chorus before settling for the night. The cow rests. The garden glistens faintly in the last light of day. The stream murmurs quietly. All elements move together in harmonious, unhurried rhythm. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. Flames flicker gently, casting long, soft shadows. The house feels calm, steady, and safe, a quiet haven as the day comes to a gentle close. The cow rests, the garden stretches softly, the birds settle quietly, the stream hums gently. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every soft sound, every deliberate motion. And so evening unfolds quietly, calmly, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens in the fading light. The cow rests peacefully in the enclosure. The birds are still. The stream hums quietly in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the gentle, peaceful approach of night in colonial America.
Night begins to settle slowly over the land. The sun has dipped below the horizon, leaving a soft glow in the west. The sky is painted in gentle shades of amber, pink, and deepening blue. Shadows merge quietly into the earth, softening the outlines of trees, fences, and garden beds. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint, comforting sense of earth, herbs, and lingering warmth from the day. Inside the house, the hearth glows warmly. The flames flicker gently, rising and falling in slow, steady rhythm. Shadows stretch long across the floor and walls, shifting imperceptibly. The room feels safe, calm, and still. The gentle warmth fills every corner, blending with the dimming light from the windows. The cow rests quietly in its enclosure. Its grazing has ceased entirely. It lies still, breathing slowly, softly, in rhythm with the faint murmur of the stream and the gentle rustling of leaves. Its calm presence steadies the quiet night, grounding the stillness of the land. The garden and fields lie peaceful under the darkening sky. Plants sway slightly in the soft evening breeze. Herbs release faint, soothing scents into the cool air. Flowers and vegetables remain still, rooted quietly in the earth, holding the memory of the day's warmth. The soil exhales gently, calm and steady, in harmony with the pulse of the house and the land. Birds have settled for the night. Their calls have ceased, leaving only the faint, gentle stir of insects and the distant hum of the stream. Occasionally, a small rustle moves through the grass, careful and quiet. The land breathes slowly, deeply, in unhurried rhythm. Inside, the household settles gently. Bowls and utensils are put away carefully. Water is poured quietly, and any remaining chores are completed with deliberate, slow motions. The house becomes still, safe, and calm, each corner filled with the steady warmth of the hearth and the soft hush of the evening. The fire glows steadily. A small log burns slowly, the flames rising briefly and settling into gentle, steady warmth. Shadows move imperceptibly, dancing softly across walls and floor. Every flicker, every glow is quiet, calm, and comforting. Outside, the land rests under twilight. The fence and trees blend into the soft darkness. The stream murmurs gently, faint and steady. The cow rests, the garden remains still, and the subtle sounds of insects provide a quiet, steady rhythm. Every motion, every sound, every breath flows together slowly and harmoniously. The moon rises quietly, pale and gentle. Its light spreads softly across the fields, garden, and house. Shadows are long and muted, mingling with the warm glow of the hearth and the darkening sky.
Everything feels deliberate, calm, and full of quiet presence. Insects stir faintly in the garden. The cow breathes slowly. The stream hums steadily. The land is calm, peaceful, and deliberate. Every element moves with measured care, without hurry. Inside, the hearth continues to glow warmly. Flames flicker softly, casting gentle shadows. The house feels steady, safe, and quiet, a haven in the calm of night. The cow rests fully. The garden lies still. The birds are silent. The stream hums quietly in the distance. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every subtle sound, every deliberate motion. And so, night unfolds gently over colonial America. Softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens faintly in moonlight. The cow rests peacefully. The stream hums gently. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, and every breath into the deep, calm stillness of the night.
The night deepens slowly, quietly, as the sky darkens fully. The last glow of the sun has faded beyond the horizon. Stars appear, scattered softly across the vast sky, delicate points of light in the deep blue and black of night. The moon moves gently, casting pale, silvery light across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows blend seamlessly with the earth, soft and subtle, folding quietly around every fence, tree, and plant. Inside the house, the hearth glows softly. The flames rise and fall gently, small tongues of orange and red dancing in quiet rhythm. Shadows shift imperceptibly, merging with the soft moonlight coming through the windows. The warmth spreads slowly, filling the room, touching walls, floor, and every corner with steady comfort. The cow sleeps in its enclosure. Its body rests fully against the soft grass. Breathing is slow, deep, and even. Its stillness blends with the faint murmur of the stream and the gentle rustle of leaves in the night breeze. The quiet rhythm of its breathing joins the slow heartbeat of the land. The garden and fields are calm under moonlight. Plants sway lightly in the evening breeze. Herbs release faint, soothing scents. Flowers and vegetables remain rooted quietly in the soil, holding the memory of the day's sun and warmth. The earth exhales softly, slowly, steady and patient, part of the gentle pulse of life. All birds have settled for the night. Their soft songs are gone, leaving only the quiet rustle of leaves, the faint hum of insects, and the distant murmur of the stream. Occasionally, a small nocturnal creature moves quietly through the grass, careful and deliberate. Every sound, every motion flows slowly and peacefully in the rhythm of night. Inside, the household is at rest. Bowls, utensils, and cloths are set neatly aside. The hearth glows steadily, the last chores complete. The house breathes softly, filled with warmth and quiet. Shadows stretch and shrink slowly in the firelight, blending with the soft glow of the moon. The fire burns steadily. A small log crackles gently, flames rising briefly before settling back into calm, warm glow. The soft light touches every corner of the room, creating a space of calm, safety, and steady comfort. Outside, the fields lie quiet. The fence and trees fade into darkness. The stream murmurs faintly, steady and unhurried. The cow sleeps. The garden remains still.
Every element moves in harmony, deliberate, slow, and peaceful. The moonlight touches the land gently. Shadows are long and soft. Trees, fences, and garden beds appear as quiet silhouettes. The land rests fully, deliberate and calm, holding the memory of the day while embracing the stillness of night. Insects stir faintly, softly, carefully. The cow breathes deeply and steadily. The stream hums faintly. The garden lies quiet. Every movement, every sound, every breath is slow, deliberate, part of the steady, unhurried rhythm of life. Inside, the hearth continues to glow softly. The flames flicker gently, casting long, subtle shadows. The house feels safe, calm, and steady, a haven of warmth and comfort in the deep night. The cow sleeps. The garden rests. The birds are silent. The stream hums quietly. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every faint sound, every gentle motion. And so, deep night unfolds across colonial America, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens faintly under moonlight. The cow sleeps peacefully. The stream hums softly in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the calm, gentle stillness of night.
The night grows even deeper, slow and quiet, carrying the land into complete stillness. The sky is dark and vast, stars scattered softly across it, each one small and gentle, like tiny lanterns in the distant heavens. The moon rests pale and steady, casting soft silver light across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows melt into the earth, folding around fences, trees, and plants with quiet patience. Inside the house, the hearth glows gently. The flames rise and fall with steady calm. Shadows move slowly, barely noticeable, merging with the dim moonlight. The warmth fills the room, touching walls, floors, and every corner, wrapping the house in quiet safety. The cow sleeps fully in its enclosure. Its body rests heavily but calmly on the soft grass. Breathing is slow, deep, and even. Its presence is steady, grounding the soft rhythm of the land. Each breath flows gently with the distant murmur of the stream, the faint rustle of leaves, and the subtle hum of the night. The garden and fields are still under moonlight. Plants sway faintly in the soft breeze. Herbs release gentle scents, quiet and steady in the cool night air. Flowers and vegetables lie rooted in the soil, holding the memory of sunlight while embracing the darkness. The earth exhales gently, slowly, steady and patient, part of the quiet pulse of life. The night is almost completely silent. Birds have vanished from their branches. Only the soft rustle of leaves, the distant hum of the stream, and the occasional tiny movement of a nocturnal insect break the stillness. Every sound blends into the slow, measured rhythm of the night. Inside, the household rests fully. Chores are done. Bowls and utensils are set aside. The hearth glows steadily, a small log burning slowly, flames rising briefly, then returning to calm, warm light. Every corner of the house is filled with comfort, safety, and stillness. Outside, the land rests quietly. Fences, trees, and garden beds fade into shadows. The stream murmurs faintly. The cow sleeps. The garden lies still. The land holds itself in careful, patient calm.
The moonlight moves gently across the fields. Shadows are long and soft. Trees, fences, and garden beds are quiet silhouettes. The land rests fully, deliberate and calm, holding the memory of the day while embracing the deep stillness of night. Insects stir faintly, careful and measured. The cow breathes steadily. The stream hums softly. The garden lies quiet. Every movement, every sound, every breath flows slowly, deliberately, part of the steady, unhurried rhythm of life. Inside, the hearth continues to glow softly. Flames flicker gently, casting long, subtle shadows. The house feels safe, calm and steady, a haven of warmth and comfort in the deep night. The cow sleeps, the garden rests, the birds are silent, the stream hums quietly. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every faint sound, every gentle motion. And so, the deepest hours of night unfold across colonial America. Softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens faintly under moonlight. The cow sleeps peacefully. The stream hums softly in the distance, and the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the calm, gentle stillness before dawn.
The night lingers softly, holding the land in quiet calm. Gradually, very slowly, the first hints of morning appear. A faint glow stretches along the horizon, pale and soft, brushing the tops of trees, fences, and distant hills with the gentlest of light. Shadows remain long and subdued, folding quietly into the earth. The air is cool, carrying the faint, steady scent of dew, soil, and lingering night. Inside the hearth, the still glows. Flames rise and fall gently, steady and warm. Shadows shift imperceptibly, blending with the first pale light of dawn. The warmth fills the room slowly, reaching walls, floors, and corners, wrapping the house in calm safety. The quiet hum of the fire is steady, steady like a soft heartbeat. The cow stirs slowly in its enclosure, a gentle stretch, a soft shift in weight. Breathing is calm, deep, measured. Eyes blink slowly at the new light. The body moves carefully, deliberately, merging seamlessly with the quiet rhythm of the land as it begins to wake. The garden and fields hold the first glow of morning. Plants tilt faintly toward the light, leaves glistening with dew. Herbs release soft, subtle scents. Flowers remain rooted in calm stillness, petals catching the faint gold of early sunlight. Vegetables stretch slightly, absorbing the gentle warmth of the day's first rays. The soil exhales quietly, patiently, part of the slow heartbeat of life across the land. Birds stir softly in the trees, a careful chirp, then another, tentative and delicate. Movements are small, careful, measured. The quiet calls drift across the fields, blending with the faint hum of the stream, the gentle rustle of leaves, and the subtle, waking energy of the land. Inside, the household begins to move gently. Hands stir slowly, quietly. Bowls and utensils are readied carefully. Water is drawn from the well in deliberate, measured motions. Food is prepared slowly, deliberately, quietly. Every movement blends with the calm rhythm of dawn, every sound deliberate and soft. The hearth burns steadily. A small log crackles faintly. Flames rise briefly, then settle into calm, warm glow.
Shadows shift imperceptibly, merging with the soft, early light from the windows. The house is calm, safe, steady, a quiet refuge as the day begins again. Outside, the land stirs softly. The fence and trees glow faintly in the new light. The stream murmurs quietly. The cow stretches, standing carefully, then moves slowly across the grass. The garden glistens with dew. All elements of the land move with deliberate care, deliberate rhythm, without hurry. The pale sunlight spreads gradually. Its rays touch the tops of trees, the edges of fences, the garden and the house. Shadows shrink and stretch quietly. Everything feels deliberate, calm, and full of gentle presence. Insects begin to stir softly. Birds continue their delicate, tentative calls. The cow moves slowly. The stream hums quietly. The garden breathes. The earth exhales. Every movement, every sound, every breath merges in harmony with the slow, unhurried rhythm of life. Inside, the hearth glows warmly. Flames flicker gently, casting long, subtle shadows. The house feels calm, steady, safe, a haven of warmth and quiet in the pre-dawn light. The cow moves carefully across the field. The garden stretches faintly. Birds call softly. The stream hums quietly. Time moves slowly, measured in every breath, every faint sound, every deliberate motion. And so the pre-dawn unfolds quietly, calmly, patiently, softly, steadily, without hurry. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens faintly in the early light. The cow moves gently. The birds call softly. The stream hums quietly in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the calm, gentle arrival of morning in colonial America.
Morning grows steadily, gently spilling light across the land. The sky brightens slowly, soft pale blue stretching above the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. The sun rises carefully, casting long, warm shadows that slowly shrink as the day advances. The air is cool, carrying the faint, comforting sense of dew, soil, and the lingering warmth of the previous day. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Flames rise and fall softly, steady and warm. Shadows stretch gently across the floor, moving imperceptibly as light from the windows fills the room. The warmth reaches every corner, every wall, every floorboard. The house is calm, safe, and still. The cow stands slowly in its enclosure. Its movements are deliberate, measured. Hooves press lightly into the soft, damp grass. Breathing is calm, steady, quiet. The animal stretches gently, shifting its weight, sniffing the air with careful attention. Each motion flows naturally into the rhythm of the waking day. The garden and fields hold the soft, full light of morning. Plants stretch toward the sun. Dew glistens gently on leaves. Herbs release subtle scents that mingle with the cool, fresh air. Flowers tilt their petals, quietly catching the light. Vegetables remain rooted, still and patient, holding the memory of night while greeting the new day. The soil exhales slowly, deliberately, merging with the pulse of the land. Birds stir fully, singing quietly, measured, gentle songs. They hop carefully among branches and along the fence, calling softly, blending with the distant murmur of the stream,
the rustle of leaves, and the subtle, unhurried rhythm of the morning. Inside, the household begins its gentle routine. Hands move slowly, deliberately. Water is drawn from the well. Bowls, utensils, and cloths are arranged carefully. Food is prepared steadily, each motion calm, deliberate, soft. Every sound is quiet, every movement part of the steady rhythm of life. The fire in the hearth burns steadily. Small logs burn slowly, flames rising briefly, then settling back into calm, warm light. Shadows shift imperceptibly, blending with the gentle morning light from the windows. The house feels calm, safe, and full of warmth. Outside, the land begins to wake completely. The cow grazes slowly, moving carefully across the field. Birds continue their soft songs. The garden glistens with dew. The stream hums faintly. Insects stir quietly, delicate, careful. Every motion flows together, deliberate and slow, merging into the gentle rhythm of the morning. The sun spreads warmth evenly across the land. Its rays touch the tops of trees, fences, the garden, and the house. Shadows shrink and stretch slowly, merging gently with the earth. Everything feels calm, deliberate, present. The cow grazes, the garden stretches, the birds sing softly, the stream hums quietly in the distance, and the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the gentle, peaceful day in colonial America.
Late morning drifts slowly over the land. The sun climbs higher, spreading warm, gentle light across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows shorten, soft and rounded, folding quietly into the earth. The air is calm, carrying the faint, comforting sense of herbs, soil, and the lingering warmth of the rising sun. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Flames rise and fall slowly, gentle and warm. Shadows shift quietly, merging with the soft sunlight from the windows. The warmth fills the room, touching walls, floors, and corners. The house is calm, safe, and still, a quiet center of life. The cow grazes slowly in the enclosure. Hooves press softly into the grass. Breathing is calm, steady, deliberate. The animal moves carefully, grazing here and there, pausing occasionally to lift its head, sniff the air, and watch the soft movements of birds in the garden. Its presence blends with the gentle rhythm of the land. The garden holds the sun steadily. Plants stretch slowly toward the light. Dew has dried from the leaves, leaving them soft and glistening in the morning warmth. Herbs release gentle, comforting scents. Flowers tilt their petals subtly. Vegetables grow patiently, rooted in calm stillness. The soil exhales quietly, steady, deliberate, merging with the pulse of the land. Birds flit quietly among branches and garden beds. Their movements are small, careful, measured. Soft calls rise gently and fall back into the calm of the morning. Occasionally one hops along the fence or pecks lightly at the soil. Their rhythm is slow, deliberate, blending with the distant murmur of the stream, the rustle of leaves, and the hum of insects. Inside, the household moves deliberately through chores. Water is drawn from the well slowly and carefully. Bowls, utensils, and cloths are arranged quietly. Food is prepared in small, deliberate motions. Every step, every sound, every breath flows naturally into the steady rhythm of the late morning. The fire in the hearth burns steadily. A small log crackles softly. Flames rise briefly, then settle into gentle warmth. Shadows shift imperceptibly, blending with the soft sunlight filling the room. The house feels calm, safe, steady. Outside, the land is alive with gentle motion. The cow grazes slowly, pausing occasionally. Birds hop quietly along the fence or flutter among branches. The garden glistens in the warm light. The stream murmurs faintly. Every sound, every motion, every breath moves in harmony with the measured, deliberate rhythm of the day. The sun spreads warm light across the land. Its rays touch trees, fences, garden beds, and the house. Shadows shift gently, moving slowly across the grass and soil. Everything feels calm, steady, full of presence. The cow grazes. The garden stretches. The birds call softly. The stream hums quietly in the distance. And the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the gentle, peaceful continuation of the day in Colonial America. Midday settles gently across the land. The sun reaches higher in the sky, spreading steady, warm light across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows are soft, short, and rounded, resting quietly beneath trees, fences, and garden beds.
The air is calm, carrying faint scents of herbs, soil, and the warmth of sunlight touching the earth. Inside the house, the hearth glows steadily. Flames rise and fall gently, steady and warm. Shadows move slowly, blending with the bright sunlight streaming through the windows. The warmth spreads throughout the room, filling every corner with calm and quiet. The house feels steady, safe, and peaceful, a gentle center for life. The cow rests briefly in its enclosure. It lies quietly in the grass, chewing slowly, breathing deeply and evenly. Occasionally it rises, shifts slightly, or grazes gently, each motion calm and deliberate. Its presence is steady, blending with the soft murmur of the stream and the faint rustle of leaves in the light breeze. The garden holds the sun fully. Plants stretch toward the sky, their leaves glistening softly. Herbs release faint, gentle scents. Flowers tilt their petals. Vegetables remain rooted in calm stillness, holding the memory of morning and embracing the warmth of midday. The soil exhales slowly, quietly, part of the steady pulse of life across the land. Birds move carefully among branches and garden beds. Their soft calls rise and fall, measured, delicate. Occasionally, one hops along the fence or pecks lightly at the soil. Their rhythm blends with the hum of insects, the murmur of the stream, and the gentle, steady motion of the day. Inside, the household continues with quiet work. Bowls and utensils are set neatly. Water is drawn from the well with careful attention. Food is prepared slowly, deliberately, in gentle, unhurried movements. Every motion and every sound flows naturally into the calm, measured rhythm of midday. The fire in the hearth burns steadily. A small log crackles softly. Flames rise briefly, then settle into gentle warmth. Shadows move imperceptibly, blending with the sunlight filling the room. The house feels calm, safe, and steady, a quiet place of comfort and warmth. Outside, the land is bathed in gentle, steady sunlight. The cow grazes slowly, moving carefully across the grass. Birds call softly, hopping quietly along branches or the fence. The garden glistens in warmth. The stream hums faintly. Every sound, every motion, every breath moves together in slow, deliberate harmony. The sun spreads light evenly across the fields and garden. Its rays touch fences, trees, plants, and the house. Shadows shift gently, moving slowly across the grass and soil. Everything feels calm, deliberate, and full of quiet presence. The cow grazes, the garden stretches, the birds call softly, the stream hums quietly in the distance, and the slow, steady rhythm of life carries every motion, every sound, every breath into the peaceful, gentle continuation of the day in colonial America. The day moves slowly toward its gentle close. The sun begins its quiet descent, softening the light across the fields, the garden, and the small wooden house. Shadows stretch long and calm, folding around fences, trees, and plants. The air is cooler now, carrying the faint, comforting sense of earth, herbs, and the warmth left behind by the sun. Inside the house, the hearth glows softly. Flames rise and fall in a steady, gentle rhythm. Shadows move slowly, blending with the soft, fading light from the windows. The warmth spreads through every corner, wrapping the house in quiet safety. The room feels calm, still, and peaceful, as if the day itself exhales and rests. The cow lies quietly in its enclosure. Its breathing is slow, deep, and even. The body rests fully against the soft grass. Occasionally it shifts slightly, settling more comfortably. Its calm presence merges seamlessly with the land, steady, patient, and gentle. The garden and fields rest under soft golden light. Plants sway gently in a mild evening breeze. Herbs release subtle scents that mingle with the cool air. Flowers tilt their petals slowly. Vegetables remain rooted, calm and patient. The soil exhales quietly, steady, deliberate. Every element of the land is in quiet harmony. Birds settle into the branches. Their soft calls fade into silence. Insects hum quietly, measured, delicate. The stream murmurs faintly, steady, unhurried. Every sound blends into the gentle rhythm of the evening. Inside, the household completes its last gentle tasks. Bowls and utensils are set aside carefully. Water is drawn and returned slowly. Food is prepared and shared quietly. The house breathes with calm, deliberate motions, each one part of the steady pulse of life. The fire glows steadily. A small log burns slowly, flames rising briefly, then settling back into warm, gentle light. Shadows dance softly across the room, blending with the fading sunlight, creating a cocoon of comfort and safety. Outside, the land grows quiet. The cow rests fully. The garden is still. The birds are silent. The stream hums faintly in the distance. Trees, fences, and plants fold into shadows, all moving together in a deliberate, gentle rhythm. The sky darkens gradually. Stars appear, delicate and steady, like tiny lanterns scattered across the heavens. The moon rises softly, silver and calm, touching the land with gentle light. The world is quiet, still, peaceful. Time slows. Every breath, every sound, every motion merges into one soft, continuous rhythm. The house breathes quietly. The garden glistens faintly under moonlight. The cow sleeps. The stream hums gently. And so the day fades completely, quietly, gently, softly, steadily, without hurry. Colonial America rests in calm, gentle stillness. Everything is quiet. Everything is safe. Everything moves slowly with the steady, soothing rhythm of life. And in that calm, the story settles. The land, the house, the animals, and the people all rest. And the quiet, gentle heartbeat of life continues, soft, steady, and peaceful, carrying every breath, every sound, every motion into the gentle embrace of the night. All is still. All is calm. All is at peace.